Welcome back to Outrage Science Bites. I'm David Beckmeyer, and this is day 13 of our 30-day challenge, continuing our deep dive into the complex world of bridging our divides. So far, we've talked about what bridging is, how to move from talk to action, and how to deal with disinformation. Today, we're zooming in on a specific and growing obstacle to connection, conspiratorial thinking. The challenge isn't just correcting a false belief, it's navigating a mindset, one where people feel they have to choose between the facts and their community or their identity. When you try to challenge a conspiracy theory, you often feel like you're hitting a wall. To talk about this is Melanie Trecek King, founder of Thinking is Power. She helps people understand how they know what they know, giving them tools to think more clearly about the claims they encounter every day. Here's Melanie.
And conspiratorial thinking, of all of the types of misinformation, conspiratorial thinking is, in my opinion, the hardest to address. It's also the underlying form of misinformation behind all the other ones, most of the time. So, for example, if somebody believes in homeopathy, we're talking about there. If somebody believes in homeopathy, why don't doctors accept homeopathy? Why does a medical establishment, why does every single medical expert, or nearly all of them around the world, not accept homeopathy? They're conspiring, right? At some point, that is the only way to explain it. So it's really dangerous. It's the get out of jail free card. When I don't want to have to accept something, like, I'm going to call it a conspiracy and then just make it go away. But you said something there that was really... Yeah, they're attached to all others. There's black and white thinking involved, but there's also in conspiratorial ideation, one of the big correlates is wanting to see myself as special and part of a group that has insider knowledge. And there's certainly an overconfidence factor, and a black and white thinking and oversimplification. It is really one of the hardest ones to address. But I'm not sure the underlying issue is really that scientists are out to get me. It's more that the need for self-esteem, not just for myself, but for my group. Our need to believe those kinds of things is really powerful. And when there's not good answers, cancer is another one. Cancer it's a complicated problem. It's not black and white, right? There's not one kind of cancer, and there's not going to be one treatment. But if you're faced with that kind of diagnosis, it's scary, and you need answers. And the problem is that false hope of pseudoscience in this case. There was a study that found, and I can probably do this if you want, patients who chose alternative therapies over conventional medicine were almost 5 times more likely to die.
Oh, wow.
So not only is the false hope luring them into these false treatments, but when they get there, part of the way the false hope treatments work is that they throw shade on the conventional treatments. And so, those doctors, well, they're hiding the cure for cancer. They're just out for big pharma, and they just want to make money. And that leads patients to accept these fake treatments and not get real care. And that has real consequences.
That's all for today's episode of Outrage Science Bites. Stay curious, and until next time, I'm David Beckmeyer. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy these Science Bites episodes, you may enjoy the long-form Outrage Overload podcast at outrageoverload.net.